Well, Amanda Knox is a name known around the world. In 2007, as a 20-year-old American student studying in Italy, she was wrongfully convicted of murder. The case became a global media firestorm, inspiring books, countless headlines and a hit TV drama. After years in prison, she was fully exonerated, but the story never really ended.
Now, in a powerful new documentary called Mouth of the Wolf, Amanda goes back to Italy for the first time in years to confront the prosecutor who sent her to prison. Directed by her husband, Christopher Robinson, capturing raw, never-before-seen moments and startling admissions.
I think if you're going because you think it's going to heal you, it could be crushing if it doesn't do what you want it to do.
I was scared for her. I tried to talk her out of it.
Having my doubts.
They thought it was a trap.
I'm in this room and there's going to be nothing between me and him.
I think I'm a little in shock.
It's powerful stuff, isn't it? Amanda Knox and her husband Christopher Robinson join us live from Vashon Island, which is just off Seattle. Good morning to both of you.
Hi, guys.
Good morning.
Nice to see you. Amanda, that chapter of your life, unimaginably traumatic. When you think back to that time now, is there a moment that lingers, the one that never quite leaves you?
Oh, I mean, this whole experience is one of deep grief. And I think one of the things that Chris is so beautifully captured in this film is how the human experience of attempting to find closure, attempting to feel the grief for the lives that were lost. My roommates, my own loss of innocence in a way, because I went through a horrible experience and had to survive it. So I think really going back and coming home and finding my home a crime scene, I will never forget that, and it will haunt me the rest of my life.
Yeah. Chris, the two of you met just months after Amanda was fully exonerated. Stepping into this relationship that was already so very, very public, what was that like for you?
Well, I'll say that one of the best decisions I ever made was choosing not to Google Amanda. I knew the barest details of the case, but I had lots of things wrong. And what I knew was that there was a big scandal and that there was a world of misinformation out there about her. And I didn't want that to be the lens that colored my interaction with another human being. And so I got to know her on her own terms, and I fell in love with the woman that she was in front of me, who she presented herself to be. And only later did I become deeply invested and knowledgeable about the case. And I think that was really important for us to get to know each other and to fall in love. And what I chose to do in Mouth of the Wolf was begin this film by introducing you to the Amanda that I met that way, letting you get to know who she was before all of this and who she was when I met her. Because that's the Amanda that I think people don't know and that they don't see in films or stories that are about the case and the tragedy. And this is about Amanda as a person and about the courage it takes to try and rebuild after something that horrible smashes down on top of your life.
Incredible courage. Let's talk about the new documentary, Amanda. It sees you coming face to face. This is with the Italian prosecutor who sent you to prison. What did you hope to get from that meeting? Some might think that you'd never want to see that person ever again.
Yeah, a lot of people thought that it wasn't wise. And I think there is this sense of trying to avoid conflict in life instead of seeking it out. But really, I wanted to understand why this had happened to me. And I didn't feel like I could find an answer to that question unless I confronted the country, the people, and the man face to face. And I did so in a non-adversarial way. I wanted to approach him in the way that he had not approached me. I did not want to accuse him. I did not want to assume the worst of him. I really wanted to ask him and have an open heart to recognize his humanity and his evolution as a human being. And I came away really surprised by what he was willing to say and also what I had in me to give to him.
Wow.
What a moment that would have been. Chris, as both Amanda's husband and the director, how do you go about that balance you need with protecting your wife, but then pushing the story where it needs to go? Because you've got to get down and dirty if you want to tell this story.
Yeah, well, it's a tightrope walk. And I'll say, if you want to earn brownie points with your wife, don't whip out a camera when she's having a panic attack. There were moments in the making of this film where those things were legitimately in tension, and I had to be her support person, but also I'm documenting this. And I think the reason that it was worth it was because we both recognized that this momentous journey she was going on wasn't just a valuable personal journey for her, but it had something to teach us all, frankly, about how to build a bridge across a seemingly impossible divide, especially at a time when the world feels very polarized and divided. If Amanda can sit down with compassion and extend an olive branch to her prosecutor, then I think we all can learn something from that.
Yeah. I mean, that's her, though, but what about you when you sort of found yourself in that space as her protector? Were you as equally restrained?
I learned a lot from Amanda, frankly, and watching her go through this changed my own relationship with my own past traumas and my own fractured relationships. And it showed me that there's another way to deal with those problems that isn't adversarial and confrontational, that you can hold people to account and be firm in your principles and respect the truth, but also do so with kindness and compassion. And so my natural instincts weren't aligned with hers at the beginning, but I frankly changed as a result of making this film and watching Amanda set an example.
Right, you guys are just made for each other, right? Amanda, people hear exonerated and they think, well, that's it, the story is over. But what are the ongoing challenges that most of us don't realise?
Well, once you've been accused of a heinous crime, even if you are definitively and assertively vindicated, it doesn't mean that the stigma goes away. It's a lasting chapter in your life that is really defining, because very often these kinds of things happen when we are very young. It changes our relationship with the rest of humanity, and I was afraid that I had lost parts of myself, that a part of me had died in Italy. And it was in the making, in the going through these experiences that my husband documents in this film, that I reclaimed parts of myself that I thought were lost, that part of myself that really sought connection in people and sought trust. And I think that that is really beautiful, but it takes a lot of effort and it is not easy. And the rest of your life, I feel you are proving your innocence day in and day out. And if you talk to any exonerated person, they will say the same thing.
Chris, I'm going to put a camera in my wife's face when she's not feeling so well, and I'm going to call you and let you know how that goes. Just because you probably want to keep a track on that.